Today I'm going to show you 10 Samsung tricks that you don't know that or some may say are hidden features in Samsung which you don't know. So I'm going to show you. Follow me. So the first thing you have to do is open your Samsung and then search for your settings and go to Samsung settings. Like when you open it like this, the next thing, or let me say the first thing I'm going to show you today is how to change your zoom in your Samsung. So you go to display, you scroll down, then you go to screen zoom. At this point you can make your screen smaller, you can make it bigger at the default settings, which is here, or you can use the plus, the plus, or you can also use the minus to reduce it. So as I'm doing, okay, but with me I like to keep my screen or screen zoom on default, so I like keeping it here. Now if you watch, you see I'm having this navigation bar like the iPhone. Is a feature on Samsung. You don't have to download any third-party app to have this feature. So what you do is on the same display site, you come to this navigation bar, then you see swipe gesture, which is what I have turned on, and you can also use the button, which is what is the default, or let me say that's the default setting for Samsung. So you can leave it on the buttons, or you can also leave it on swipe gestures, like you're seeing here. At the swipe gestures or gestures, we have more options. Like when you come here, you can make the sides where we used to turn back a little bit more bigger, in terms of not having to go closer to the edge of the phone, or so you can make it bigger and then just do it from the side, or you can leave it default here so that you can just go back and do it easily. Now if you are using the S series of Samsung, especially from S21, you are going to get what we call the assistant app, and then also have your circles to search. So with the circle to search, what you are going to do is, assuming you are using Samsung and then you want to search something, so with this one you just tap on this one, the navigation bar, then you circle this thing, then it will search for you like it is doing over here. Oh, so to go back, you just use the back prompt and then go back. Or if you're using the buttons too, if you want to do the circle to search, it's also easy. In the middle, or let me say this one, you tap and hold for a while, then you see this up front again, then you choose circle to search, and then you can also highlight. On the circle to search, you can just also highlight or touch a word, and then it will highlight it and then search the word for you. You can also, like I'm dragging and then also searching. That's how the circle to search on Samsung works. It works effectively. Now let's go to the next thing, which is the dark mode on Samsung. Now on default Samsung, everyone knows that Samsung has a default, which is the dark mode and then the light mode. Every time you on a Samsung, sometimes they even ask you, do you want a dark mode or light mode? But it's always in the light mode. So you can choose to make it darker by choosing the dark mode. You see everything is dark now. But preferably I like to keep my settings on automatic. So when it is sunset, it becomes dark, and when sun rises, it becomes lighter. So we go back and then we leave it here on the lights, and then let me go back and keep my navigation bar to swipe gesture, because that's what I have used for a very long time and I'm familiar with that. Okay, so now at the same display side, we have the eye comfort shield. Now with this eye comfort shield, it's recommendable for people who stay up during the night to work, and then they work also on the light screen. It's preferably to use that. Also, it's preferably to use on the dark screen too as well. So when you on this, it becomes a little warmer, like you're seeing. It's a little bit warmer. That's how the shield works. You can also make it adaptive. You can also make it You can also customize it, like you can push here to make it a little bit brighter, and then you can also make it more warmer like I'm doing. But preferably, if I'm to use, or if I would like to use, I'll use the adaptive, so that it would rotate or do what it has to do depending on the place I find myself, or the places or where I am. Now the next thing here on this Samsung display column is font size. Now with the font size, when you have your own Samsung, or let me say you have the Samsung new updates, or let me say the 6.01, that's One UI 6.1, you are going to have this default settings, the default font. You're going to have this Samsung one. You're going to have the Gothic bold, and then the Roboto. But the Samsung Sans are not part. So you would have to download these Samsung Sans and then other fonts that are available there. So let's go to the other font size and then see what they have there. So when you come here, they have the Cool Jazz, they have the Rosemary, they have the Choco Cookie, and then they have the Galaxy Gameplay Latin. I don't know what's there again. So they have this 5 for free. Then the rest you would have to pay. Where are they? Well, if you search through, you see then there are many, and the rest you would have to pay. So let's go back to the font size again, like you're seeing here. So I've leave my thing on warmer side. Now when you go back to the font size, I am using the Samsung Sans because I like it, and that's very nice too. You can choose to leave yours on default, and it's also nice. You can also make it bold like I've made it. Then you can also leave it at the Samsung Sans, or you can also use Roboto, because on the 5.0 Samsung One UI 5.0 and then the 4.1, they all use the Roboto. But if you want to use the Sans too, it's also nice to use, and that's what I prefer using a lot. Okay, so now let's go back to the full screen app. At this point, it seems all my apps are on full screen, so there's no need doing it again. But if you want to make the app, or you're watching a movie, or you have an app that you want to see it full screen and it's not happening, and then you are using Samsung, you have the camera cut. So with the camera cut, like you are seeing here, this one shows camera cut in it, and then this one hides it. So if you want to show your camera cut in it, you can also use this one. So that's, let's say for instance, this alibaba.com, I come here, then I do show, rather than leaving it on automatic. So when I do the show, it means manually I have set it to that standard. I have customized it to the show camera cut. I can also choose to leave it on auto, but sometimes, most often than not, I don't like using it that way. I prefer using the camera cut, so I show it inside, and then that's all. But let's leave it here like this, like you are seeing here. I'll show you a couple of games that I play, which I have have customized it to camera cut. Like for instance, I play NBA 2K20 on my phone, so I have customized it to show the camera cut in it, so that I can have a full display of my screen, or of the game on my screen. I also have the Net AI, which I also use it. I also have my Netflix, where I also play it in full like that. So it's up to you to use it based on how you see it, and then how you feel. Now the next thing here, as we are seeing here, is the Samsung screen timer, or screen timeout. So with this one, when your phone off, let's say when you are done using the phone, and want the screen to go off, you can use, let's say, 15 seconds. So after you are done using the phone for 15 seconds, the screen will have to go blackout. Or you can also choose to leave it at 30 minutes. But assuming you are using the phone and then it goes off every time you're using it, though you're not showing, it's not active. You are active on the phone, but you're not touching the screen, and then it goes off. I would advise you use keep screen on one while viewing. Now when you use keep screen on while viewing, what happens is that there's a sensor on your phone around the camera side, which is used for the Face ID. So that sensor is going to see your face, or it will sense your face viewing the screen, and which is going to keep the screen on for a while. Also, there is this sensor on the phone which says that when you pick up the phone, there's a feeling, or it sends that someone has taken up the phone, which on the screen, that sensor also activates and also make this phone work the way you want to see it or view it. Use your screen for a longer time without it going off. Now, on Samsung, they have the accidental touch protection. So this also I would advise you use it, because most often we keep our phones in our pocket and we don't know what happens in there. So I would advise you use that. You also have touch sensitivity. So with this one, when you turn it on, you increase the sensitivity of the touch, and I recommend this for those who have screen protectors on their phone. If you are using Samsung and you have a screen protector, sometimes when you have the screen protector and you touch the phone, you realize there is some latency, or let me see, there's a little bit laggy. It lags a bit before it even reflects, or its response. So for you not to have that much challenge, or to reduce that challenge, it's better you turn on the touch sensitivity. We also show charging information, where like you are all seeing, when you keep in the charger, you are going to see an information down there. Even when the phone is off, you will see information down there, and that's what the change charging information does. We have screensaver. I believe you may know what it does. So with a screensaver, it's like you live in a picture where if your phone is off, you still have a picture. So let me do a frame so that you see what a screensaver does. So let's choose a color. So when the screen is off, this is how you're going to see it. If you choose the